Welcome to the Can Wine Podcast, where we open cans of wine and talk about them. We're in episode 27 of season 4, and our fantastic journey continues. That's our theme for this season, and we're whipping back across from New York, where we were last episode, to Lodi, California, which is where we were in the previous episode. I'm not saying we're stuck in Lodi again, and I'm wondering if this is the source of our interesting aromas in last week's Piquette. But that's Brett or Brettanomycetes, which is our canned wine word of the week. And we're not saying it is a bad smell. Some people like that, but it was a little interesting in that Piquette to have that smell. So that brings us up to this week's can of the week, and we have from far north of us and way out west in Saskatchewan. Catherine, are you there?
I am here.
Catherine, what is our can of the week this week?
Yeah, well, we are going to be opening and talking about another maker wine. And, from our past conversations, that maker is one of my faves. I'm always excited to open one of their wines. This is their Chillable Red. It's 100% Sangiovese. Sorry, I gotta
close enough.
Get my bad Italian accent in there. Sangiovese, right?
Sangiovese.
That's more or less correct.
Yeah.
Sangiovese. So it is in a 250 ml can, and it is 13% alcohol by volume.
Yeah, and all of these all of these maker wines have very low residual sugar. I think this is 0 grams of residual sugar, and they recommend that it's chillable. So that's an interesting twist on a red wine. The maker is Terah Wines, perhaps. That's lots of consonants in that name. She's a very accomplished. Her resume is an epic tale of starting out in the hospitality industry and literally going through world travel. I think she said 11 or 12 separate harvest seasons, went to New Zealand, ended up in Argentina. Everywhere that there was wine, I think Terah has been at one point or another, and then decided to come back and start. She was working in the wine industry during COVID, and when things changed, all of a sudden she was laid off and decided, hey, why don't I make some wine in my backyard? And she started from that with Terah Wines, and has, from that initial production, has come up with some very interesting wines, and is now teamed up with Maker Wines to put it into these fancy cans. And what kind of results has she had? You were reading up on this as well.
In terms of award-winning wines,
Exactly. I put it out there for you. So.
Yes, this is an award winner.
Mm-hmm.
It is the
24.
It's 2023 vintage, I think, but the 2024 gold medal winner of the International Canned Wine Competition.
Yeah, and I wasn't aware that you didn't realize that the Can Wine Podcast is a sponsor of the International Canned Wine competition, and it would be our hope that at some point we could get Alan Green, who has a ton of experience in wine and being the chairperson of the international competition, as well as being a wine grower himself. I think Riesling is his specialty. It would be very fun to get him on to discuss what's up and coming on that, as he says it could be very illuminating, and that's spelled the same way as aluminum, seeing as we're talking about canned wines. But she was a 24 gold medal winner, and we're very excited to open this. It's 100%, as you said, Sangiovese, and coming out of the Lodi AVA, which is the Lodi, California agricultural vintage area, something like that. And I think it's minimally biodynamic and all these sorts of things as well. So they do a very good job on this. And, we're excited to try this.
Yeah, definitely excited.
And if you notice as on many cans, there's a little QR code. I'll flash that through if you guys want to try and pick it up, and you can read a little bit more on the story, because it's a great story, and Terah is really doing a great job with these wines. I think we might have tried one of her wines before. I'd have to go back to the back catalog and see, because she does make another couple of other wines with these guys, and probably does a great job of it. So what is it that we do at the Canned Wine Podcast?
Well, Brad, we open canned wine and talk about it.
Yes, and you're going to be the only person, you're guaranteed to be the only person in Regina, Saskatchewan, opening a can of Chillable Red tonight.
Absolutely, because it's not only a maker wine, which I can't get in Canada, but it's a members only wine. So,
exactly.
Thank goodness I know a member.
Yeah, and I am a member of the Canned Wine Club at Maker Wine, so I'm able to get a lot of cans if I wanted them. It's tough for me because it may surprise people, but I don't drink wine every day. It's something that I enjoy, and I try to, I end up limiting my wine consumption to episodes. It's not a bad thing, but I wouldn't go through. I think one of their minimum things is 12 cans every 3 months or quarterly or something like that. They have other options too, but I kind of go with more of an on-demand membership where I'll pick out a bunch of stuff when it comes up and set up for the whole season so that I can spread it out over the season. And in this case, I got some up to you in the lovely, extremely frigid province of Saskatchewan right now, and we're able to.
Very cold. So it's very chilled.
Very chilled. I liked your picture that you put together for me of it sitting in a snowbank. I'm hoping that you took it out sooner than it froze, because what is it, -40 up there or something?
Yeah, it's getting to that overnight. So, yeah, very cool.
It would definitely freeze, but I've had mine in the fridge most of the day and took it about 20 minutes before we're opening it, and I'm ready to go. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Okay. It's an interesting pour. Very fruity flavors. What are you smelling?
Very fruity, yeah.
Black cherry?
I'm strongly getting a strawberry, like a really ripe strawberry scent.
Yeah, I could go with that. Fairly dry, as I would expect. Good tannins. I'm feeling that.
Yep, me too.
And I'd say it's... I'll go with the medium ruby.
Yeah.
It's got some real purplish colors. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the notes. It does say bright strawberries. I just tasted cherries. Now, they say new leather. I have trouble smelling new leather. Maybe it's been a while.
I am not getting that at all.
Yeah.
I don't taste the strawberry in the same way that I smell it. It's, but yeah, that's the smell that I'm getting. But the taste is definitely in that red fruit kind of.
Yeah, and they say that this is produced with a carbonic maceration, which means they limit the amount of oxygen when it's fermenting, and that helps to preserve those fruity flavors. Probably done in stainless steel, if I had to guess. I'm sure there's training that legitimate sommeliers have that, you know, they have a little vial with fresh leather and all of these scents. I'm not smelling leather. But I'm not smelling barnyard like that, like the Paquette we tried last week. It wasn't unpleasant, but it was a very different kind of an overtone.
Yeah, this is really nice. I wish I had more than. I always say this. I wish I had more than one can because I could see this being like in regular rotation.
I was going to say a go-to wine. This would be very nice with. We had a homemade pizza for supper tonight, and I could see this pairing well with that.
Yeah, it would be delicious. I had avocado toast, which is, I don't think is the right pairing for this, but I had it long enough ago that this is just now kind of drinking it on its own.
It would even be tasty with a kind of a deluxe salad with maybe walnuts and cranberries and some sort of a vinaigrette or something. That
it would be really good.
That would really complement it.
Yeah, I just looked up her the winery, and it's just an hour drive north of where my dad's wife has an almond farm. So I'm thinking,
well,
maybe I need to do some wine tours next time I'm down visiting.
Well, I think as a sponsor of the International Canned Wine Festival, and you're a frequent producer here, I would deputize you to go down there, and as long as there were enough selfies, we must have selfies, wearing your canned wine hat and a full report. And of course, if you could track down a can while you were there, we could do an opening in sight, so that would be slightly warmer and more pleasant in some respects than Saskatchewan.
Yes, and I usually travel with my brother, so he could be the driver, the DD. I can just do wine tastings all I want.
Oh, that would be very cool. Yeah, so well, that's great. Now, at this point, we always give a shout out, and our big shout out is to you. Thank you again for being so accommodating. For those of you who don't realize, a lot of the pictures on the episodes, most of the pictures that are in the episodes at the beginning, intros and stuff, Catherine takes those pictures and sends them down to us. We appreciate the effort you put in on it. So cheers.
Well, thank you. I really enjoy it. I appreciate the effort you put into getting me these wines. They're not something that's widely available, canned wines, where I live, so it's really nice to be able to open them and talk about them with you.
That's great. And as we're now in our fourth season, we're getting a little bit better at underground canned wine railroad that is able to exchange cans back and forth. And we do get a lot of Canadian cans brought down here. We have people that have family in New York and friends, and we'll bring them down and we'll exchange cans. And it's a very portable format and one that we quite enjoy both drinking and learning about. So, and for what it's worth, Maker really has led that, I would say, craft wine movement where small producers make small amounts, and in this case they limit it to members of the wine club, so to speak, so because there is so very few number of these cans. But hopefully the gold medal awards and things like that, Terah will make a few more of these, and you know, each vintage is unique. This is the 2023, so who knows what we'll have coming up in this next season. And a shout out to one of our producers in Gimli, Manitoba, who's out at a Dust Rhinos concert tonight. That sounds like a good place to be in the middle of winter, listening to some Dust Rhino music, which for those of you that don't know, they're kind of a power Celtic sort of group. Yeah, even the cats would like that.
Yeah, she wants to party.
They'd be howling to the Dust Rhinos if they were up in Gimli, Manitoba. So Jamie and May, thank you for the pictures. It's good to see you guys wearing your canned wine toque that I got up to you in the wild. It's always fun to see that, and hopefully you're having a great time there. A shout out to Kenny, one of our other producers. We're looking forward to your next episodes, which who knows where they'll be, somewhere in the remote wilderness of the Great North Woods. So those are our two shout outs. And our question of the week, our head scratcher, if you will, what was the nickname of the wild yeast that can sometimes cause interesting leathery or barnyard flavors? What was the nickname that I told you for that? I'll give you a hint. It's a man's name and someone that has a person that has appeared on our podcast as a guest before had the same name as that yeast. So if you answer that on YouTube or send us a note on our Instagram feed. Right now I'm holding up the infamous, or famous I should say, old-timey postcards that we've been sending out, and I know people love getting postcards. So if you answer the question, subscribe, send us a note, we're more than happy to send you out one of those. So with that, Catherine, thank you again. Or are you still there?
I'm still here, yep.
Okay, well, we can talk more about the weather and cats and reading selections when we've completed the episode. But I wanted to thank you again and tell everybody this is the Can Wine Podcast, where we open canned wines and talk about it. Just because it comes in a really stylish, artistic can, don't drink and drive. Enjoy responsibly. And remember, this is a center stage production, all rights reserved.